Hello. Today we will talk about the Parthenon by Iktinos and Callicrates, a Greek temple of the 5th century BC, which was dedicated to the goddess Athena Parthenos. It is the oldest preserved monument of the Acropolis, and was made with the help of the famous Phidias. It is the most beautiful example of the Doric order. First of all, it is located in Athens, Greece. And now, for some questions. What is an Acropolis? Why call it Parthenos? Who is the famous Phidias? Acro means high, and polis means city. Thus, the highest place in the city is where the most representative and important religious buildings were located. Usually, every polis had their own. In Athens, on the ground of the Acropolis, rest the three most representative buildings: the Parthenon, Heracleion, and the Athena Nike, or Nike Apteros, in addition to the significant colonnade entry called the Propylaea. Parthenos means the maid's room. Originally, the temple was used to store treasure, where they kept all the offerings to the deity. And for a time, it served as the treasury of the Delian League, which later became the Confederation of Athens. The rear chamber, where the offerings for the statue were kept, was solely reserved for the service of priests, thus giving its name the Parthenon. Phidias is universally regarded as the best classical sculptor. He designed the gigantic statues of the goddess Athena in the Parthenon, and the colossal statue of Zeus in Olympia. It seems that some of his works were made in the time of Pericles. Under his leadership, most reliefs of the Parthenon were made: interior friezes, triglyphs, metopes, and pediments. Now we will explain the general form of Greek temples, and, here at the Parthenon, they can be seen quite clearly. They usually have three parts: a narthex or vestibule, a naos or main hall, where the statue of the deity was, and a postidumus or treasury, which was the back room where they kept the votive offerings made to the deity. They were usually rectangular with a double-sloped roof, and the proportion of the columns used to be double plus one, typical in the classical period. In this case, we have 8 columns along the front and rear part, and 17 columns along the sides. The functions of the temple was to be the residence of the gods, not a place of worship, and the ceremonies were made outdoors, in the required altars. At the Acropolis, there was a great evolution. The Parthenon was the great temple which the Athenians offered to Athena after the medical war victories against the Persians. In the 6th century AD, it was a Christian church consecrated to the divine wisdom Hagia Sophia. In the 14th century, it was under Catalan control, in time of King Pere IV el Ceremonios, called Santa Maria de Centenas. In the 15th century, under Turkish rule, it became a mosque. And in the 17th century, during the Turkish-Phoenician War, it was a military stronghold which was badly damaged. As a curiosity, we can say that in the 19th century, Lord Elgin took most of the reliefs of the frieze to England, and today we can see them in the British Museum. Here's the room where you find the same measurements as the Parthenon. But keep in mind two things. One, they were polychromed, and the other, the view to see was from bottom to top. Classroom work. The characteristics of Greek architecture. What are the differences between the Greek and Roman temples? The three Greek orders. Well, see you soon.